me to change, they want me to change, but I ain't changing. Nah, I remain the same.
And you are now tuned into another episode of Intellectually Petty Radio, brought to you by M3S3 Clothing, Men Make Moves and Suckers Stand Still, and as always on the mighty Nerd DJs Radio Network. You already know, man, it's redundant week after week after week after week. I only rock with legends over here, and today is absolutely no exception. We got Love and Marriage, Detroit's own, Live Nation's own, businessman of the millennium, Mr. Anthony Thompson the second. How you doing, bro?
What up, though? What's good, my guy?
I'm doing all right, man. How's your family doing?
Man, everybody blessed, man. You know, we can't complain. We just steady working hard. That's what we do in the D. Grind.
What part of Joy Road, right?
Joy Road, Exit 9, Rosemont.
I grew up on Rosemont too, but off 7 Mile.
Oh, okay. Yeah, y'all something else over there, dog. That's love. Don't leave your bike, man. My cousin's bike got stole over there, man.
Shit, nigga, my bike got stole over there too.
Yeah.
Just what it is.
That was an instant memory as soon as you said that.
Oh my god, man. Matter of fact, on Ashton and 7 Mile at the corner store, my bike got stolen. Oh, my mama was so pissed at me, bro.
Man, we used to have to have somebody come with us. You know that we used to have an in and out over there by us, and he was like, "Man, somebody had to watch that bike while you run in there. Only one person could go in."
Yo, it ain't as bad as y'all McDonald's though, right there off of Southfield.
Oh, Murder Mac, I still
come
go
on, bro.
Over there.
I don't. My stomach is just growl. I'm gonna keep on driving, bro.
Hey man, there's a lot of my old neighbors, a lot of my people still over there, so I still pull up.
I'm not mad at that, man. Yo, so you went to Michigan State, right?
Absolutely. Spartan Dog, go green, go white.
Spartan Village, what up, though?
What up, though?
Yeah, I stayed in Spartan Village for a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was in Case, and then I stayed, and then I went got a little townhouse apartment on campus. Me and my boy. Okay.
Yeah, I heard you was doing your thing while you was at school.
Yeah, we had there's some legendary moments. What?
Yo, so how do you get from there to Live Nation?
Man, I had an interesting life, man. I gotta take it back. Really, I'm gonna drop some real people too. It's gonna mess you up. Like, I started off in the industry at 12. Because my boy, young RJ, we was all playing football, and his dad had a studio. Mm-hmm. So RJ Rice was my mentor. He put me in the game real young. And so we was in the studio with Jay Dilla, all the Slum Village. We was in the studio with everybody, like Fat Cat. We was in the studio with with all of them, all the Slum with T3 and all them. And then also Proof, all them dudes. Like I knew all the legends young. So his father, RJ Rice, he started teaching me the business side. I helped run the studio. And then because of Jay Dilla taught me and young RJ how to run the board. So that's how I learned that stuff real young.
Yo, what was Young Proof like?
Crazy and hungry. Young Proof was he's very underrated for his business acumen too. Because he always was the one in their crew that had the ideas and say, "This is how we gonna do it, y'all." He was that guy.
Man, he just underrated, period.
And Proof, people be tripping like Proof was a real strict dude too. Like, for real. He'll pull up.
That's what I heard.
He'll pull up. And it don't matter if it's a big dude, little dude. If you want to go there, he'll go there.
All right, totally unrelated to the show. Man, R.I.P. to him, R.I.P. to Dilla.
Facts. Dilla, my Dukes, all them, man.
Where were you when you found out they passed?
When I found out they passed, when Proof passed, see me, I'm a dude like don't like funerals and stuff too. So like when younger RJ went to Proof, I was like, man, I ain't going to that. I like to remember people like the way that I last saw them. Because last time I saw Proof, we was in Southfield working on Jerry Maguire, his project, Jerry Maguire, and we was in the studio with him. And that's the last time I was with him, is when we was in the studio with him working on that project. So that's how I like wanted to remember him. I don't like seeing people like that. Like even my own father, when he passed, you know, I did a directed burial. Like I did a viewing for like my aunts and uncles, so they can see that I really wasn't messing with that. And then I did directed burial and did a picture. Like I don't like that hoovering over people's bodies and stuff. I don't flow with that.
I feel you on that, man.
Yeah.
Me and my mother was a lot alike. We would go to the funeral, but we're not going to the cemetery.
Yeah, I ain't do that either. I
Yeah.
ain't go to the cemetery. Like still haven't been to my I still ain't been to my dad's cemetery. And you know, my grandma, all them, like they ain't here no more. It
Yeah,
just
I haven't been to my mother's either.
well,
You know, some hard shit to have to deal with too.
facts, bro.
You know, and okay, so we fast forward, man. Well, matter of fact, we skipping over. I don't want to
I'll
skip
go
over
back.
Live Nation. Yeah, go back.
So I started off real young, in the studio with RJ Rice and them, and then I had relatives also that was working for Columbia Records. So I met Bushman, I met Coco and Foolish. I knew all them when I was like 13, 12, 13. I met them, and that's when they was down at the Penobscot. So when I was like about to go to high school, I met them and I started doing the meet and greets for the Scream tours. So like me, I'm the same age as B2K, you know, and all them. So we doing the Scream tours, and then you know Bow Wows and them came after that, and I was doing all the like after parties. I don't know if you remember that Jeans and Kool-Aid. That was my stuff that I was doing with the radio station for the
Really?
and then from there, I got an internship. When I was at Michigan State, I went there on a football scholarship, and I got an internship with Sony Epic Records with their marketing and global touring department. And so I had a paid internship that was rare because I already had been doing so much with them. So it's kind of like a hookup, like you're gonna get credits for school, and we're gonna
And
pay.
you get a check.
So I was
That's
straight.
nice. Yeah,
So,
that's nice.
yeah, so I was doing that, and then I worked for Capitol Records after that, and then from there I went to Live Nation, and then after Live Nation I went to Disney Marvel Studios, and then I never left Live Nation because it was during the pandemic. We was on shutdown. So when I was working at Disney Marvel Studios, it was actually in Atlanta. It was during shutdown for Live Nation, and so when I rescinded the job, I just act like I never even left. You know.
I feel you on that. Yo, and that was like a big point in the show too, man. A big point of contention between you and the doctor. And I'm gonna be honest with you. It's 50-50 with me on and you on the show. Because I was screaming at the TV at you, bro, a couple of times.
Go ahead,
But
speak on it. Because a lot of times
no.
people don't know how it's cut up and don't know the behind the scenes, the contents to it.
The
But
Disney shit, I was with you on that, bro. 1,000%. I understood exactly what you meant, and I think it was representative of what a lot of brothers go through when they feel like they give a lot to everybody else, and when they need everybody else to give them a little, they don't give that.
Yeah, and then the thing too was like we had did that before. Like we had did it. We went back and forth between Miami and Detroit before for her career. You know, so we had did it before, but we didn't have kids in. You know, because I had a spot down there. And then a reason why it was like very. I was thinking about my grandmother who raised me. I was thinking about that because it's like I'm an only child, and they poured a lot. My family poured a lot into me to afford certain opportunities where I come from. Because like I tell my wife and kids all the time, the day that I made it off Rosemont and Joy Road to Michigan State, I made it then. I knew I had a chance the first day I stepped on that campus. So for me, during that time, it was like when we were having a conversation, I was thinking about like, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but it's a lot of people too, besides my wife and kids and stuff that I got to honor. Because my grandmother, you know what I'm saying? My grandmother, my dad, my mom, my uncles and aunts, these people really, you know what I'm saying, worked hard and did everything they could to help me get to where I am today. So it ain't, you know, I got a legacy to continue. So
What exactly were you doing for Disney?
I was working in the sound department for Disney Marvel for all the movies. So it's like different movies I worked on. It was like for Live Nation, I work in operations.
Okay.
So I work on the corporate side, you know, in your operations. So then for Disney Marvel, I was in the sound department, and I was working on moving over to other areas that had connections. So it was like, basically, we got you here, and then now we're going to help you progress into producer role. Because that was the focus of going there. Because I didn't wrote scripts and did different things and worked on other projects behind the scenes. And I was like, this is going to be my chance to really move into this TV world on another level, because I already knew what it was.
Man, so you was trying to be, I forget the brother's name that put together the show Love and Marriage.
Oh, Carlos.
Carlos. You was trying to be Carlos.
Yeah, a little different though. Like, I wasn't trying to do, I was going to do some unscripted, but I have like animation movie scripts I've written. I have movie scripts I've written, TV shows. So I have quite a bit that's in the can.
Okay.
So yeah, like, and I already had a studio here in Detroit. So at my studio now, I got podcast studio, recording studios, green screens. We working on expanding, but it was a lot of stuff that my whole thing was I wasn't leaving Detroit. I have a full business and stuff going on here. I was trying to get there and start bringing the stuff back here. I didn't want to have to, I was like, all right, give me 3 years to make these moves, and then I'm gonna start bringing these projects back here to Detroit. 50 beat me to it with BMF. I'm like, dang, he jumping on my city before me. I know T3 and all that. I know T and all them, Southwest T and all that. I'm like, dang, he jumping on some of the stuff. I was trying to the Maserati Rick stories, all that. I want to tell all them stories.
Yeah, but he ain't do it right.
I hear you, but I'm saying, like, he moved it to what I was trying to do is go
to the next level.
Go to the next level and bring Detroit stories and get Hollywood or get the majors to help me fund and really do these big stories, and then also give people here opportunity, because we got a lot of talent in Detroit.
Facts. Yo, Young Boy's story needs to be told.
Yeah.
Like that's the story. Like that.
It told you the story.
Oh, the book was phenomenal, man. I read I hate reading too, and I read that motherfucker in like 2 days.
Up on it.
That shit, ooh, and that was my era, my generation. And I remember in middle school when them niggas was really started popping and doing their thing. That shit was wild, bro.
Man, when I was a baby, man, whoever was a teenager in the 80s, y'all had a lot going on, dog.
Nigga, shit was wild.
Wow, and y'all was getting money, like real money. People don't understand, like, young dudes pulling up in Benzes, like, that was a big deal.
Yeah, like my neighborhood, it changed significantly, quickly. Like 85, like from 85 to 87, shit just changed dramatically. Yeah.
I made you get back. I'm gonna throw this in there. I want to go all the way back to the Eddie Jackson stories. That's how far deep. I'm rooted in Detroit. I know the stories.
Yo, your man's was not, that nigga was getting money.
I said I know the real stories. I know the people. I know the people.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Like ED, 50 Boys. I know he's on my cell. I know ED. Like, I know all these guys because my uncles ran with all of them.
Oh yeah, your uncle was out there
getting all of them. Like, yo.
Yeah, that nigga Eddie Jackson was wild.
Yeah.
What was I can't remember his boy name, but it was him and his boy, and they was
killing it.
Killing the game. Woo!
Bringing it from overseas, like connected all the Frank Lucas and all them. People forget that's in that picture. He was at that fight too.
Yeah, that nigga was getting money, money.
If you look at the staple of the culture, Detroit everywhere, man.
Oh, facts, man. And you know what people don't realize, I try to tell people, like, because I moved to Cleveland some years ago. And I used to, especially when I first got here, it's, oh, you arrogant, you arrogant. It never really clicked as to why. And then when I talk to other Detroiters, they get the same tag. It's not that we arrogant, it's that we grew up seeing black people do everything.
Yeah.
So it empowers you.
And people that know me in the city, they be like, nah, especially on the show. It's so much that was cut out. Because remember, you shooting 8 hours and they might only show you 2 minutes. And then they cutting conversations and all that. So I'm like, it's so much. If people knew how hard I go for Detroit, dog, it's so much that did not get, like, they got cut out that I'm like, they still focus so much. Starting out, I feel like I wish they just told more of our actual stories. But I get it's limited time. Yeah. I wish they could have honed in more on our stories than just like pieces of the drama. Because I think I think we did well. but I really think it had turned it up in another way, in another level. So season 2, hopefully we get the opportunity to really, where it needs to go.
The first maybe 4 episodes, that shit didn't even seem like it was from Detroit. It was like at some point somebody said, "Look, these niggas don't look Detroit enough."
Mm-hmm.
And then like I didn't even hear "What Up" though until like the 3rd or 4th episode.
I don't know how. I said in the first episode, I said it all day.
Look, bro, and it didn't dawn on me, and then I'm like, wait a minute, hold on.
I had been like that scene. You can't tell like that scene me at the Coney Island talking to Brent and Christina. We in Southwest.
Really?
And then I had production scared. I was like, man, y'all can't just. It was a shooting while we was filming. Real talk, drive by. You know what I'm saying? There's so much stuff that I'm like, if y'all tell some of this stuff, I know y'all think like you don't want it to be known, but if we did the back end of stuff that was going on, they'd be like, oh yeah, that's the D for real. You see what I'm saying?
It gave to an extent it gave an unrealistic portrayal. Like shit don't happen.
100%, but you got
not 100%.
I'm the only one that's from the city on the show.
Oh,
my wife grew like her family grew up in the city. They from Finkel and all that. But my wife grew up in like Southfield, Lathrop, Southfield, West Bloomfield. She went to Southfield High.
Gotcha.
And then Russell is originally from Chicago, but he in the city because he runs SOAR Detroit. He runs organizations, and he's around these kids, and he in the city working with these kids. And then Kobe, she's from Flint, which that's our cousins. So she from the soil, she from Flint, but she met her husband and she worked in the city. Okay. And then Christina's from Buffalo, and she came to the Detroit area because she married Brandon, which is from Oak Park, which is they right across the street from us. So it's like I went to Detroit public schools. I went to Hampton, I went to Hadley, I went to King, and then I went to Michigan State. So it's like you gotta understand they want to show Detroit in so many different levels to this. I think it's gonna happen. They're gonna bring other like Bravo from the city. He's from the soil. You know what I'm saying? But
is that old boy from the other one from Huntsville? No, Bravo is your boy that helped with the showcase.
Yeah, Bravo from the city. Bravo went to because I know Bravo a long time. He went to is it CMA? I think he went to CMA.
So whose idea was it for y'all to get on the show?
Whose idea was it?
Yeah.
We all see Brandon, Russell, all the other 4 couples. They tried to do the show before, like some years ago. Okay. And then they had other couples. They was trying to see if it'd fit, if it'd work, and then it wasn't working. Carlos was like, "Nah, this ain't it," or whatever. And then one of my dudes that was working on the Huntsville show told me about it. He's like, "Man, you should interview for this." And then Brandon came by my studio. He's like, "Man, you know about the show?" He said, "Is y'all gonna do it? Would y'all do it?" And I was like, "I'll do it, but I don't know." I just came back from Atlanta. And I'm like, when this show was shot, this is literally I was only back a couple weeks.
Oh, so y'all was still pissed at each other then?
What? We in counseling when we first started shooting. Like we literally, it was like residue, bro. It's like this is fresh. Yeah. And you got to think about it too. The time that y'all saw the show, that was a year beforehand that we had shot it. So I was in a whole nother place after that too. I'm like, man, I done been over all this stuff, and I'm healed. I'm in a whole nother place, and now they showing it. So you know how that go. But
did it help or hurt y'all relationship?
Say it again.
Did it help or hurt y'all relationship?
Me and my wife?
Yeah.
Oh man, it helped the heck out of our relationship, to be honest with you, because we weren't talking like that. Like we had counseling, and then we were going through the healing process, going through counseling. But when you have to be on the show and actually talk through these situations, it's so much they didn't show y'all. My wife in the basement, we talking about the stuff with me going back and forth and how it affected her, and she crying. It showed us talking about sometimes about with our kids, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And it's like, it's so much I felt that got cut out, which can't always make it, that would have really expanded on, and y'all have really got to know us. So, yeah.
What I noticed with you is that, like, at some point you turned into the villain.
I'm cool with that.
I know you cool with that, but does that have what type of effect did it have on your kids?
It had no effect on my kids. My kids know me, and everybody know. I put like this: when I go out of town, they be like, man, you keep the show going. Like, it'd have been snoozer if it wasn't for you. Like, real talk. This is people telling me, people who see me in London from the airport, everywhere I'm going, DC, Atlanta, everywhere I'm going. And then in Detroit, you got to understand, I was already well known in Detroit. So people know me for real. I'm known in so many different communities. Like, it's not like it's like not a turn up for real on you face to face. Like, it ain't even, you know, if you say something, I'm like flat out. The only thing I didn't like was certain things taken out of context. That's the only thing I had an issue with. Other than that, I'm good.
I mean, like the whole the Kobe cat thing, I thought was blown way out of proportion.
Yeah.
Intentionally.
Yeah, and it's a few things connected to that people didn't know. The reason why Russell was really upset is because he felt super betrayed because of the fact that him and Brandon was really tight and they went through so much. Brandon worked for Russell. When Brandon didn't have nothing and when Russell was supposed to cut people, he kept Brandon on like, dude, I got your back. You know how your boy holds you down.
Yeah.
Russell like the plug. And so Russell like, dude, you just doing me like on national TV? Like, this what we doing?
Oh.
That's how he felt. And Russell like, it's like I work in entertainment, so I don't take nothing personal. I know it's business, so I don't take it the way he take it. To him, everything is real. Like
you got personal on that one scene though, bro.
Go ahead, on it.
When the nigga was like,
real quick before you say that. And so when we was at the Coney Island, when he's talking why you say Brandon is a snake, I was talking about that situation which they cut out, and I said why I said he was a snake. I was all like, bro, if this is a dude, this is our boy. And you did this to him, I don't want to exchange any money. I'll just pay for it because I don't want us to go there to point of no return. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was like, look, let's do this for the city. We're going to put this on national TV. We're going to turn up for the city. Let's just do that and we cool. And so go ahead with the question.
No, that context changes it all because it made Russell look just real tender.
See, they cut stuff for they got to get y'all to watch. This TV, I get it. They got to get y'all to watch.
I get it too, but from like if I'm Russell, I'm when I'm looking at it back, I'm like, man, they kind of played me.
Yeah, he felt that way to an extent.
You know, and what I didn't see. I don't think he was as forthcoming in the reunion show as he probably should have been.
Who, Russell?
Yeah.
Man, he got to answer that stuff for himself. You know, I don't believe in answering questions for dudes. I answer my questions. But the thing is, too, Russell is a really good dude. He was probably more focused on rebuilding. Like, okay, how do we get past this? Because he's not a type of guy that's going to poke at the bear. I'm poking. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problems with it. Like, what?
You a petty nigga, bro.
Yeah. And you said what? You playing with me?
Yeah, you petty, bro.
Okay, let's go.
Because when y'all was was that her birthday? Or was that the anniversary? I can't remember which one. But y'all was outside having a meal. All of y'all.
Oh, that was at the lavender field. It was an open field.
Yeah, man. Your petty was on full display
but
at that point.
But I said the lavender field, that was petty.
You basically, and I got where you was coming from, but you just basically said she was holding that nigga back and she was an anchor.
Oh, let me tell you this, though. Let me put y'all up on game, and I'm wrong for that. I was one thing I was doing, I was projecting some, and I was over supportive because Brandon used to come to me in Bravo all the time talking about, man, she hold me back, dog. Y'all running and I'm walking. Y'all careers took off and y'all get money and I'm still trying to make it. And we was like, man, we got your back, dog. We're going to get you and we're going to put you on. We was really trying to start using the platform to get him back active because we straight. We trying to get him back rolling and stuff like that. So really, I was just like, we're going to hold you down, dog. And how it was in the past, when we did get together, it'd be like, we talk trash. You know how we do. We talk trash. Christina's actually really funny too, bro. Like, she cracked jokes and she good with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually fun messing with her because she know how to, like, she can get you. You know what I'm saying? And Brandon actually is a fun dude. He crack jokes, do the same thing. So that's something we did in the past, but on TV it looked different. And that's what I learned. I was like, oh, some of the stuff you really be doing on a regular look a lot different on TV.
And then it's different that you got an audience, a forever audience.
Yeah.
Because in 10 years, somebody will see you and want to talk about the show.
Yeah.
You know, so that do you ever are you consciously thinking about the cameras?
I know they're there, but I don't. It doesn't bother me. I'm gonna be authentic no matter what. That's just me. Like I'm, like Carlos said, I'm an entertainment dude. You gotta think. I've been working in entertainment business since I was 12 years old. I've been doing it my whole life, so it don't bother me one bit. But I just know now how I've learned how to respond to certain things and how to deal with certain things a lot better.
Okay. Where else were you put?
Like what I mean by that, my growth is gonna be y'all gonna see my natural growth. Like
Okay.
when it showed the show, I had grown so much from even then. That's why people was on the reunion. They say, "And you were super quiet compared to usual." I'm like, y'all don't understand. I was in a totally different space when we shot the reunion.
Yeah.
That's over a year. That's a year and a half later.
I think that was probably, and I don't watch too many reality shows,
Yeah.
but I will watch the reunion aspects of them, and that was probably the most civil one I've seen.
But another thing, too, people gotta give us credit for. We are real Christians too. You don't hear no profanity. You don't hear us. You ain't got to worry about us breaking out no fight, going crazy. You know, we are family orientated and stuff of that nature. But we get busy. We talk real life. My whole thing, if you being your authentic, real self, I don't have a problem with you.
So y'all are gonna do another season,
Yep.
or y'all done it already?
No, we're gonna film a season 2.
Okay, when does that start?
They give us dates soon. We're gonna probably get going soon.
Budget got to be better this time, right?
You said the budget?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm more concerned more than budget. You know what I'm more concerned with? Storytelling.
You say who?
I just want that storytelling to be on point.
Do you have any input?
Not really. Like it's like Carlos and them did a great job. They capture all the content, and then Oprah's team, like we don't even know them or meet them. They do the editing, so we don't know who edited this stuff. They don't know us, and we don't know them, or we haven't met them at least. So we don't know. We never know what it's gonna look like when it come out. We find out. I'll find out really.
Is it still gonna be the same 3 couples, or are they gonna add to it?
It's gonna be the same 3 couples, and they're talking about trying to add people now. But when they add people we really know. You know what I'm saying? Like we all knew each other, so it's people we really know.
Have you talked to anybody since the show?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know on the reunion, Brandon and Christina hadn't talked to Russell and Kobe.
Well, none of us. Not just Russell. They hadn't talked to none of us.
So have you talked to them since?
I sent a message like about a few things, but no, we haven't like through text. But we haven't like seen each other or had conversations. No.
Are you disappointed in that?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I am, because I feel like we are all adults and we are in business together to some, form of fashion. And it's like I want to focus on how do we open doors for more shows and things to come to the city. That's the stuff I'd be concerned about. It's like how do we open and really put on for the city? Because Detroit has a global effect. And I know from touring and going everywhere how much Detroit has a global effect. And then I know a lot of people saying, "Oh, and you're the only one from the D. We should have got more." I think it brings another dynamic though, because like we thinking globally, and I think they're going to add more Detroiters. I think they heard it, and they're going to add more than just me and Bravo. That's original Detroiters, and I just feel like me personally, I feel like a person like Russell coming on the show that's from Chicago and then coming and working in Detroit and then working with these kids and stuff he's doing. I think that's phenomenal aspect that can be told. You know what I mean? So it's like you come from a guy that story tells, and I'm just like, once they dive in deeper to these couples, because I think Brandon and Christina is a very interesting and a very dope couple. I think
do too.
And Kobe are a very interesting couple as well. They didn't really dive deep yet. So it's some dynamics that they just showed a little bit of, like communication and how they building a family, that I think is going to really, it can be a huge global brand if really, done correctly. And then the stuff me and Dr. Thompson, man, we lit. Like, here, like,
Why do you call her doctor?
That's my baby. I mean, because she's a doctor. I mean, my whole point is you earn the right. It was a guy. It was a my dad had a mentor named Dr. Smith, Gerald Smith,
Mm-hmm.
and once he got his doctorate, we called him Dr. Smith. So, and my whole thing is like it was a whole thing of honor and respect, and me is celebrating you and acknowledging you. That's how I took it. So all the people that's close to me that have become doctors, I love calling them that. It is not just her. I celebrate my people. So it's a celebration thing to me because I'm proud of it.
I feel you on it. It was a little. It took me a minute to kind of get that.
Yeah, that's just me. You know, I'm gonna be me. Everybody a little different.
How long y'all been married?
15 years. We got married right after college.
15 years, man.
Yep. We been married the longest on the show. We met at Michigan State.
Wow. So when you came back, counseling, y'all started the show. At what point did you say, okay, you know what? We over this hump?
I think we was really over the hump probably about the third week of shooting.
Okay.
To be honest with you. Like we were over, we had forgave each other, of course. But I'm saying like feelings wise, you know, I was like, okay, God. I felt like God brought the show situation because I honor my wife. Because I was like, okay, I put my family first, and I feel like God was like, okay, son, you could have stayed there and did your thing. But you know what I'm saying, but you heard your wife's heart and you know, pretty much honored your wife. And I'm gonna give you this. So I think that's really how it rolls. So I wasn't tripping too hard once I got back.
Yeah, you better than me, bro.
Yeah, I was having a ball. I'm gonna be honest with you. I had my crib down there. Oh, hey, all my boys all like, bro, hey, peep this. My boys like, bro, don't get rid of the crib. Man, we'll pay the note.
Yeah, that wouldn't have went over well with the doctor, but I thoroughly understand your boys.
Yeah.
Because man, oh my God, that had to be
And we was working. Like I was down there still Detroit out. Cause like after I left the set each day, I was either with my boy Karan Riley, who's an actor, and he's from Detroit. He played ball at King. He played for the Falcons. So I was with him, and he's acting all these movies. Or I was at Views Bar and Grill with our boys from the D. So we was up there, man. We was having a good time, dog. I was like I was still in Detroit, low key.
What's the best thing about Detroit?
Man, the best thing about Detroit, for me, it's the rich history, and then it's the fact of everything for me still feels like family. Because the best decision I made, like I tell people, being from the west side where I'm from, we didn't go to the east side. When I went and played at King High School for Coach James Reynolds and Harville and Cry and all them, man, that opened my mind. I got some of my closest friends on the east side now. I love all of Detroit. I met people from Southwest, and it's like the city shrunk for me because I got to know everybody from all corners. And I can go everywhere, and I got real, like, my people. Like, I'm pulling up. We got you, bro. Come on through. It's like a different, like, I could never leave Detroit, man. This home forever.
You said you was looking at houses in L.A. and condos.
Condos for business purposes.
Oh, just to go out there and just kick it for a couple of days.
No, to go out there, kick it, and get deals closed. Because one thing, like, Deion Taylor just had an event out in L.A. last week. And I had a lot of stuff going on here that I couldn't go. And it's like when you can go fly back and forth and then go to these events and go to these showings and these different things, you got to network. If out of sight, out of mind. When it comes to LA, when it comes to even Atlanta in this entertainment industry, out of sight, out of mind. So you got to pop in and out.
Biggest mistake you've made?
Biggest mistake I ever made? Biggest mistake I made. I'll tell you one. My wife gonna hate this one. No, I got two actually.
Okay.
The biggest mistake I made was when we first got married. We was gonna get this house in Short Point Village. It was foreclosed. I could have got it for $245 foreclosed. And we going back and forth about it or whatever. You know, her mom's are like, y'all don't need to don't let her move you in the city, whatever. I'm like, look, Grosse Pointe down the street. So we built a house in Novi, which was a good deal too. We made money off that when we sold that house. But the thing is, I could have cleared over $700 something thousand cleared because they selling like 5 years ago. They selling for one. I'll never see a deal like that again off a single family home.
Never say never.
I'm just saying that was one of the best deals I almost put together. And then the other mistake was just me. Like it was a school. I purchased a school called Starks Elementary School near the waterfront. You know what that is?
No.
Okay, Starks is over there, not far from Short Plain Village, right by the marinas.
Okay.
So I got to school. I started renovating. And, you know, when you 24, 25 years old, I was 24. I ain't really know the game. I'm like, I got some money. I'm about to renovate this and do a big studio in Detroit. That was my whole plan. It was a $8 million project. And I put the money up. I was having to get soil testing. I had to get all type of permits. I wasn't connected politically. So stuff wasn't going through for me. Man, I lost $300,000 cash, bro. That hurt. It took me a minute to recover.
Oh.
So
yeah.
I had, and that deal hurt me. I'm just look like, you know, my thing has always been like put the city on. I was like, I'm like, man, I'm about to put on for the city, you know, and I was planning on bringing in some of like Live Nation, get them an office, get a radio station 107.5, get them an office. I want to bring the whole industry in one spot so that everybody can be, you know, we can be running it up, doing our thing. And man, that deal tore me up.
You ever thought about revisiting that idea though?
Oh, no, I'm doing it. Come on, man. You know I don't quit. I'm a hustler.
You know what? I said something the other day. I said, if no doesn't inspire you, then you in the wrong business.
Yeah, nah, man. The business plan ready, man. I'm already, that's going down.
So business wise, biggest piece of advice you can give somebody.
Find out what your purpose is first before you start moving. Let God lead you to your purpose. And then don't skip any steps. Take your time figuring out the road to where God's taking you. Don't skip any steps. When I was young, like that project I told you about, I didn't do the proper research. I skipped steps. I thought because I had money that I can do whatever I want. Just, let's go. We figured it out. Nah, I learned a lesson. It ain't every deal ain't about having no money. You got to have the connections. You got to have the political. You got to understand the tax abatements. I learned a lot. So I know the game now, and I'm still learning. But I sat down with some black men that really showed me how to get certain things done, and you know that really opened some doors for me. And that ain't nothing but prayer and God opening up situations for me.
Speaking of that, how's the man movement going?
Actually, it's funny. That's a funny scene too. The man's movement is funny. Like we actually, first of all, I got Entertainment University. It's my 501c3. Okay. And we teach kids about music, film, TV, and fashion. And we're in Cornerstone Schools, Lincoln King High School, and we teach in the business and production side. So that's been going on for a while. We service 120 kids Monday through Friday. The man's movement, we're also in the schools. We service in 320 young men every Monday from 2:30 to 3:30. And then we're also moving into Flint. We just met with their mayor's office and all them. And it's a development center out in Flint that we're going to be moving, doing some things out that way. So the man's movement program, especially mentorship programs, always done well, and events. It was just, of course, you know, they want to film that. It was actually the event was canceled because of the thunderstorm. So like all the tents and all the stuff couldn't come. But there's permits. We filming today no matter what. I'm like, dude, no one's coming. So we already knew nobody was coming.
Why you didn't say that then?
Come on, dog. You know how TV go. It was my turn. It's called It's Your Turn.
Wow.
It was my turn. It was my turn. Everybody get a turn. Brandon went through it. Me and Brandon caught the worst on the whole show. Sometimes it was his turn, and sometimes it was my turn. And our things was we'd rather be us than our wives.
And you know what? Aesthetically, I think they didn't want Russell to be the big angry black nigga.
Dang, I ain't looking at it like that. You think so?
Oh, absolutely. So, and the fact that he's going into he went to what you would call it, pastor school. I forget the name of it, but the fact that he was going to be a pastor, that gave them a good angle because let's face it, we already got that tag, and so
that's a fact. I understand how media try to portray black men, but I thought that was coming more towards me. I thought that was coming. I didn't even see them doing that with him. I thought that was more like, let's get Anthony because he can handle it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna throw all this on his shoulders.
I mean, you gotta have you gotta have a good guy, you gotta have a villain, and then you gotta have somebody that kind of fluctuates.
Okay.
So Brandon was and Christina were the fluctuating. Mm-hmm. You the bad guy.
I'll take it.
Russell was the good guy.
I'm a Detroit bad boy.
You know what? It just dawned on me like that. Like really, because at one point I'm thinking, man, it's
Russell too much. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't. They made him look very respectable. Not that they made John not respectable, but they pumped up his good guy image.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, because he was the biggest dude on the show.
Yeah.
So to not have that big angry nigga look, they made the biggest dude the nicest dude.
See, I ain't analyzing the way you are. I was really trying to protect, like, hey, when I saw certain things, I was like, look, dog, protect the wives or we ain't gonna have no show no more. That's really how I was thinking. I was like, because my wife quit every week.
I could see that.
She quitting every week. I said, we already agreed, and we said the next big opportunity, I wasn't passing it up.
How's the wine doing?
Oh, excellent. You know what's so cool? Like, Ambulance Wine, it's a debt-free company, number one. We built it from the ground up. And what I told her now is we're going to work on scaling next. So now I'm be looking at bringing in some investors to really take it, global. So I think we're going to do well. I've been trying to wait and see if Oprah or somebody tap in. Like, come tap in and put this on your favorite things list or something. It's another black woman. So that was the whole point. When she is originally, my wife's like, no, we're going to do this family, do it as a family. I said, no. We putting you up front. They'll support you.
Yeah. That was and I think they did well. I understood when the wine tasting and, they had a situation and they just had to capitalize on that. I get it. But it really took away from because I've never heard of the sister that owns that spot.
That's my girl. In fact, I saw her yesterday. Regina owns that spot, and that's been my friend. She used to work in entertainment, and then she went to spirits companies and stuff. But that's been my big homie. That's been my girl for a long time. So Regina's the bomb. She's actually a lawyer too. People don't know. She's a lawyer, and she's phenomenal. It's a lot of people I know like that I was trying to show in the city. And it's a lot of things that we were going to do. Just like Petty Cash. That's what we was eating dinner, me and my wife. Okay. My boys own Petty Cash. So that's why I wanted to go there.
And I think the show kind of intentionally, and I get it, because some of those people was not paying for promotion. But I think they could have did a better job of just going ahead and giving out a little free promotion.
And you see what I was doing. Think about everything we did. I was promoting Detroit businesses, my people. The whole time. I didn't even promote AT Network. We shot at my studio one time.
Why not?
I could have been promoting all my stuff because I do a lot.
Why not?
My whole thing was focused, get her situated, get the wife situated. Then I can come back to me because, I do, like, on the show, if you look at it, like, I do production, film, TV, music.
Yeah.
Podcasting. I did my pilot podcast. I'm about to come back with season 1. And then also fashion. Like, I do cut and sew fashion. So people be talking about, I do fashion, do this. Like, no, I do tech packs. I really know how to design men, women, and children clothing. I've had a store downtown in the New Center building. So it's like I've done real business for real. So
But see, the thing with your wife's stuff is that hers is an easily placed product.
mm-hmm.
You can have it right there in front of you right now. Nobody will be the wiser. You know, you're at the crib during the show. Let's just pop a bottle. You ain't got to say the name. Just make sure that the label is facing the camera and you good. The things that you're doing require a bit more for people to know what it is. Because it's more behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, it's behind the scenes. And I've always been a behind the scenes guy. You know, I've always been a behind the scenes guy. I was thinking big picture. The only reason, the reason I came on the show was like, okay, it was to learn. Because I had never done unscripted. I did music. I shot music videos, but I had never done unscripted. I said, "Ooh, this is a good opportunity to really get to know some executives, really get in there, and can't nobody stop me." So it's all like, let me learn this process, do what I need to do, you know, and then be known on both sides. Behind the scenes, I'm known, and then in front of the camera.
So it's really unscripted, though.
Huh?
It's really unscripted.
Oh no, it's unscripted, bro. Like people might do certain, but it's they ain't giving you no lines and saying say this or say that or nothing like that.
The publicist.
I don't know if people whispering in their ears, because I've had people try to whisper stuff in my ears. I'm like, nah, I'm straight on that. But
the publicist. What do you think of? I remember who was that when they did the reunion show? Actually, that was Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
Who was basically like, I think the publicist was clout chasing. She didn't say that. I'm paraphrasing.
No, I got what you're saying. I mean, that's their relationship. They can speak on that for themselves. Like they all know each other. For me, it's like if you part of my crew, I ride for you. Period. And it was like conversations already been had. I already know you don't rock with her. Like, why you playing like this? You know what I'm saying? I really thought it was a play that was going to embarrass her on TV. That's what I really thought what it was.
It kind of did.
No, but I thought it was going to be like, I thought it was like doing something else.
Okay.
Which, be tough. She ain't worried about it. Is she solid? When you've been doing business a and you've been doing good business and making stuff happen, like, that's like me. You can't affect my business. You know, that ain't stopped Live Nation Urban Shine G CEO calling me and having me work the Forces LL Cool J shows and all this stuff. That ain't stopped me from doing my stuff. They laugh at it. You know, they be telling me to go hard and like, nah, you know, I ain't gonna go that crazy, you know, but it ain't affecting her business. I don't believe that she didn't tell the truth at all. I'm going by because I've known her for so long, and I'm like, she has no reason on earth to ever lie to me about nothing. You know,
I do feel like you threw your mans under the bus, though.
Huh?
You threw your mans under the bus.
No, I didn't.
With her, yeah. You like, because my thing is, if that's your mans for 20 years,
we were best friends hanging out, bro.
I'm not saying y'all was best friends or not.
I know that.
That's the bro code, though.
No. You want to know why?
All right.
Because he was playing. Because my whole thing is two different. It's two things on that.
Okay.
This ain't you just kicking it with some chick or trying to holler at some chick. The stuff that they doing, that can affect bottom line, like our business, and it can affect her business if you playing with somebody like that.
Okay.
My whole point was this. If you said this to me, and he just said to me, he said to Kobe and Russell too. Kobe said it. They got the tape. Kobe said he said this stuff like, no, you did say this. But my point with that is, if you're on my team, like, it's no way somebody at Star Factory and I come over there pulling the same move that he gonna let me do that with somebody at Star Factory. Do you believe that? Do you believe he gonna let me do with that stuff? My cousin over at Star Factory, I ain't never tried to hit my cousin. I'm like, hey man, what's going on? Blah blah this and that. I don't do that. I don't play like that.
Well, I can't speak for nobody else, like you say.
You say what?
I can't speak for nobody else, like you say. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, for me, don't play with my team. And he knew that. You know, at first I'm like, oh, they do it. At first I wasn't even tripping too hard. I'm like, oh, y'all doing this for content. That's really what I thought too. I'm like, oh, y'all doing content. I didn't expect it to be on the show like that. I'm like, why are you even doing this? So yeah, you like for me personally, you're not playing with my family, and you're not playing with my team because these are the people I protect. I'm obligated to protect them because like we have remember these small companies, like we got small teams, we like family. Like you at my house, you around my kids, you around my people.
Mm-hmm.
So with me and B relationship, it was way deeper than me and
Okay.
Brandon and Christina. Like I don't hang out over Brandon and Christina's house.
Okay.
They weren't hanging out at our house. We were like at events or come to each other's studio. He'd come to my studio, I'd come to his studio. So it was like, you know, I'm sorry, I didn't view it the same way you view it.
Okay. Any disappointment in how they portrayed your wife?
You know, I was mainly trying to make them leave her alone. I think they started to start pushing this is what's tough. She don't do TV, number one. She's learning. And what's tough is you are paid to have these conversations and to speak on things. They ask you questions, you gotta respond, you gotta talk about it, or why are you here? So it's like she could not respond or she wouldn't be on the show. They're like, what do you think? That's the question I'll tell you. What do you think? You need to get it, and then like say you take break, you come back, it's like you need to get engaged. You got to get in the conversation. They don't have to say that to me. I'm gonna be in the conversation anyway. You know.
I thought it was interesting though. Like I if I'm beefing with somebody, I'm not going on vacation with them. So kudos to y'all for doing that shit. I thought that was like commendable.
That was a business trip for us. My whole thing is they don't know. I wanted them to go as a write-off. I wrote that whole trip off. Come on, man. I ain't about that.
Okay, so none of this shit at all is personal to you.
Nothing. My thing is this. I said this at the reunion show. If we ain't slept with each other wives,
shooting each other or owe nobody no money,
and then don't owe each other money, you can't. I know people that didn't been in freaking shootouts and they cool now. I'm coming from something different. You gotta understand where we come from. I'm coming from something totally different.
I feel you. All right, so I got Brandon and Christina coming on the show next week. Is there anything you want them to know?
I mean, it's all love. Like, let's build business. Let's take this to another level and get to the bag. Like, I'm not gonna get your way.
I like that. If people want to use your facilities, they want to get in contact with you on some business shit, how they go about doing that?
You can go to holler at me on social media at Anthony Thompson, the 2 I's, or you can go to AT Network TV, or just go to my website, atnetwork.tv.
Yo, I might have to link up with you about the AT Network too, so when I come home and need to shoot some shit, we can come there.
We got Black Magic cameras, we got all that stuff.
I don't even know what that means, bro. I just use a freaking
We got cinematics. We got everything.
I'm not that bright, bro.
Man, whatever.
I'm just an old dumb nigga that talk shit. Yo,
I think you should have all the couples on. Actually,
that would be dope.
Yeah, just tell what's her name, hit all of them up. Just hit them on social media.
Yeah, I would be interested. Did Kobe have a baby?
No.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, man. Like I said, I'm not really the biggest reality show, but I'm like, okay, let me watch an episode or two because I got them coming on the show. Nigga, I set up and watched the whole fucking season. Me and my wife, nigga, argued at the TV, yelling. I'm like, these niggas. Oh my god, man. So, kudos to y'all, man.
Yeah, I just wish they had show more family aspect because, like, Christina and Brandon's daughters are so cute. My kids are gorgeous. They're so cute. Kobe and Russell's daughter is so cute. And they got another on the way. It's like, it's so much they can show with this group and the dynamics because everybody in their own right, everybody is dope. Like, go look at everybody's social media. Go look how what they doing. Everybody is really, I feel, important to the show. And then they can really take it, you know what I'm saying, globally.
Do me a favor, too, man. Follow Intellectually Petty on Instagram so I can actually tag you in the clips.
Okay.
I'm like this. And how, like, as far as social media, you're like years ahead of everybody. How?
Well, I've been doing it for a long time. First of all, I don't run my social media. So my team, they don't be wanting me on there. Because it's like, you on there. They'd call me up. They'd be like, "This what we posted. This what we doing." I'm mostly posting the stories. I'd be like, "Is this okay to post?" I gotta ask them because they like, because you know what I'm saying. They don't want me to go somewhere that we can't come back from. So I don't even be on that boy like that, honestly. And then I work a lot. I'm a dude that get up at 4 a.m. and then sometimes I got a show. I might not get home till 1, 2 in the morning.
Yo, you know what's interesting about that is that everybody that I kind of fuck with on a consistent basis that's really got motion, like I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
On my off days. Yeah. Just because I don't know anybody that's not woke when I'm woke.
Yeah. Real talk.
Yeah, like I just.
But my social media, they pop mine off real heavy off because remember, I'm posting the Live Nation in my story, especially posting all the shows, me working, all the stuff that's going on. So
dopest concert you've been to?
Say it again.
Best concert you've been to?
Best concert I ever been to? I'm gonna have to say 2. One was Kirk Franklin, which is tonight down at LCA.
You can't count that. You ain't been.
No, I've been in the past.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna say one is Kirk Franklin on the gospel side. Like he killing the gospel industry. You ain't touching him. And then I'm gonna have to say on the music side, hey, I don't want to get in trouble either. I'm gonna say recently, Babyface Ray. That his really? Jump, and then Lil Wayne, the big show, like Lil Wayne killed. Lil Wayne is a rock star. He ain't even a rapper no more. He a rapper rock star.
Yeah, I've never been to a Lil Wayne concert.
Oh man, bump the CD. He sound exactly like go to a Wayne show.
Yo, you know who I really been listening to over the last week? Peasy. His new shit.
I love all them, dude. These dudes are so like.
I'm too old to be listening to this shit. But Peasy's got one of the best albums I've heard in a long time.
I like Vezo too. I like all the man, these Detroit artists, and there's so many I can sit here and talk about. I love these young dudes because the one thing I like about them, though, I'm be real, is a business acumen. I be listening to like, oh, what you doing? How you doing this? They be dropping. I be like, yeah. And then when I see them, like I ran into Vezo, we is at the mall, and he pull up, I pull up, you know. And I ain't gonna say where he's at or nothing. And then we just started rapping for a minute, talking. I was like, dog, remember when you first started going to radio station doing the drops and this and that? I'm like, I'm so proud of them too. Like I'm so freaking proud of them, man. Like, and then the R&B side, like I think that the R&B is coming up right now.
Really? Who? Right. Who you fucking with?
I gotta be careful with this. I don't want people to be saying like, oh, you like them better than you like.
Yeah. See, nobody cares what I say. I ain't trying to put you in no bag, bro.
And welcome home, 42 Doug. I'm happy little homie home. He just came home.
Yeah, bro. Just. You shouldn't even went to jail, bro. But hopefully you learn.
Yeah. I think he really about to get to the bag now because I think he gonna listen to Gotti for real.
I hope so, man. Because I think he's our Mozzie.
Yeah, but peep gang, look how Grizzly started listening with the Kevin Lyles, and look where he at.
Yo,
he following the plan.
Storytelling, I don't know if there's a better storyteller of his generation.
He listening though. He's following the plan. Like that's like people don't understand his rollouts. Look how his rollouts are now. He's following a specific plan.
Yeah. He got his machine.
Mm-hmm.
Is well oiled.
Yeah.
And disciplined.
Yeah.
Which is hard to come by.
Yeah.
You know, that's where niggas be falling off is the discipline.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody leaks some shit or somebody do some goofy shit or you say something stupid, you know, in today's climate, saying something stupid is pretty easy. And this generation seems to just make a habit of it.
And shout out to all the Detroit producers too, because like they really been turning up. Like, you know, Knoxville, the Olympics, they've been doing a lot of heavy hitting. Helluva killing them. Young RJ killing them. You know, Denial, he's still out here going hard. And
Nick Speed. Shout out to my guy Nick Speed.
Oh, that's Nick
J. O'Neal.
Downtown. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta plug niggas. You know.
Yeah.
I try, man. I try to stay in the loop a little bit. Yo, this has been dope though, bro. I really do appreciate the conversation, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I appreciate the honesty too.
We all gotta just keep building, and then when you see how somebody move, you just move properly. That's all.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. I don't let too many things affect me,
Yeah.
and I either fuck with you or I don't. It's not that deep.
Hey, that was my point. If you don't rock with somebody, you stay around somebody, you stay on the other side of the room.
Yeah.
And that was my point with the beat thing. That's why it pissed me off. Stay on the other side of the room. Don't play with my people.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Although y'all was wild and going to Skateland. That was wild right
What?
there, bro.
You gotta understand. I went to King. We used to go to Skateland.
Nigga, that's the east side. I'm going to Skateland.
I'm connected on the east side.
I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm not going to Skateland to go skating.
Man, I can go everywhere. Man, you gotta see. You don't understand when you're a KC dog and you got people all over. I know people at Denby. I know people at Ketter. I know, dog. When I say I'm heavily connected in the city, dog, off entertainment stuff, but the streets too. Cause some stuff like some people, my people in the street was mad. Was like, hey, I'm like, no, it's TV, dog. Chill out. It's TV. And that's the stuff people don't be understanding because people in the deep be on go time.
Yeah, and the smallest thing that put them in a situation is problematic for everybody.
I say this: I saved some people's lives. They don't even know it.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
I have been there. Anyway, man, I'm gonna let you get out of here because I know you got shit to do. Definitely appreciate your kids for loaning you to us for an hour, man. Shout out to my manager Rita for plugging it in. If you ever need anything, not sure what the fuck I could do for you, bro, but if you need something, hit me up. I got you.
Absolutely, man. Have a blessed evening, man. Appreciate you.
You too, man. Pray for me. I could use it.
Oh, I got you.
No doubt.
All right.
Peace. Yo, y'all already know, man. It's been another episode of Intellectually Petty Radio. This is Jobs, man. Shout out to Anthony Thompson II. Yo, that was a very, very, very dope conversation, man. I appreciate the honesty and I appreciate the brother's time. If y'all need anything, y'all already know how to get in touch with him. Although he ain't running his social media, they get the words to the man. On that note, man, I got Kevin Tolbert coming up in an hour. Next week, I got Nuri Muhammad. And who else I got? I got somebody else next week, too. I got Shabazz, the OG, coming up next week. And, I got Brandon and Christina from Love and Marriage, Detroit, coming up next week. So next week could be fire. Well, every week is fire. But anyway, on that note, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one. Peace.